now you people think they nice because of her rework, but you still trash. So you got to swap out of that.
And for the recent updates, I think this is like a big chunk of updates that came for the game that are probably going to carry it for a while, and even a rework of a popular character, one of the legacy characters, which means that reworks. Now, do you mean that tongue in cheek?
It's definitely a character.
That
they reworked.
We'll get to it. And it's a legacy character, which means reworks of other characters are definitely possible. We'll see if they even are necessary, but we'll get to this one character and what you guys think. So the latest updates for July, the character we're talking about in the first point, Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, got a rework for how she plays.
The whole way she plays is crazy. Like I was like,
So I haven't dabbled in her like that because, again, the way her kit worked for me, I wasn't a big fan, especially for the access for what she uses for her guns, and especially for like her overall kit and how she plays. She's we always talk about that in Marvel. Like, you got the superpower things, you got Thor, you got, all these other people, Cap, you got Iron Man with the blast, and then you got, Natasha and Clint with, pea shooters and fighting skills. It's like, what are we doing here? It's across the whole universe. But for this game in particular, we're talking about Black Widow's rework for how she plays in Marvel Rivals. I'm gonna throw it to K Dizzle because he mains Black Widow. You can talk about how the difference is with what you played with her before and playing with her now after this July update. What you think?
I mean, I think the rework is a success. Yeah, I mean, because if you played Black Widow before this update, you already know this. I'll say this about Black Widow. She was one of my favorite characters to play because I still believe that every character could be S tier depending on the situation. The problem was there wasn't a whole lot of situations where the old Black Widow, if we want to refer to her as that, there wasn't a whole lot of situations where you could extract value, or you had to be of the absolute top tier skill level of Black Widow in order to extract value. That's how I look at a character. Like, how can I get value out of them? Not necessarily what can they do, because if you look at that, yeah, Clint and Natasha are tremendously underwhelmed in that capacity, but it's about what they can do, right? They're poke characters. And the problem with Black Widow before is that while her stopping power, if you will, was great, you could finish off enemies great, it required kind of a team effort, right? Like it was hard for you to go out there and just be picking people off unless your skill was extremely high. And I think with the rework, the biggest thing that the rework did was it allowed Black Widow to contribute more to the team fight other than just KOs, just like final hits and things like that. Now she can pressure enemies. She can apply pressure constantly, on enemies, which means that, yeah, you still have that finishing power to an extent, but you're now contributing. You're getting more value out of the character without having to be an absolute god of accuracy and skill level with that character. So that to me was the biggest change. You don't have to work as hard to get value, and now you have a poke character that has tremendous stopping power and pressure ability on the offensive end. This is, like I said, I have mained her in the past. I came back around, and she's absolutely my number one duelist right now. So easy to climb up the ranks and to get a lot of kills with her, because now her kit makes sense. Her whole kit makes sense. And you could still play her the same way that you were playing her before if you're an old Black Widow player, but just now you just have more ammo and more abilities to hit the enemy. I think it's great.
Lonzo?
I'll say two things about Black Widow, right? I never played her, ever. I've only came across maybe two godlike Black Widows that I was opposing. Other than that, I don't see her, man. All the characters I play, when I get shot once, she's done. It's over with. I'm coming after her the whole match, and she's done. So the rework to me, I think it actually hurt Black Widow players, because now to play Black Widow, you had to be nice. You had to be really nice, or else the team was gonna get you up out of there. Yo, swap out, bro, swap immediately. You know what I'm saying? and now people think they nice because of her rework, but you still trash. So you got to swap out of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it just caused people to think they actually nice when they're not, because she's easier to play. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't know,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, I think though that's a big part of it though is like, you know, when people look at the star rating, I say this all the time. They always think that that's how difficult it is to play a character. The star rating is not how difficult it is to play a character. The star rating is how difficult it is to extract value out of that character, right? And so Natasha's 4 stars, not because she's hard to play, because she's hard to extract value. The rework has made it so more people can extract value. And to your point, yeah, it does kind of bring down the overall skill level of Black Widow players, but now more Black Widow can be used more to extract value.
Which makes sense. I know when I first saw Widowmaker, what? When the first came out, and I'll sound ancient saying that, but she was basically like Widowmaker in Overwatch. And like when Widowmaker came out Overwatch, she was the cool looking character. But then when she was a sniper, it was like when you picked her, people were like, "Yo, switch off." You know what I'm saying? Black Widow, I think it was kind of the same thing, but now with the rework, I've seen some gameplay, seeing some people play her. Like she's definitely like more close combat now. She has a sniper mode if you want to do that. I think that's an ultimate now too. I think the sniper mode. But yeah, I think it's definitely a step up for what she used to be. And I think it's more to her character too, like in comics or in like the movies, whichever one you want to go by. You know, she's always been close combat. She was like from the assassination school and all that. So like it definitely, her kit now definitely it goes with the character now and everything. Like the sniper thing, like it's cool. But yeah, I think you can get more use of her now from what I see when I see people play her and stuff. So I mean, I would think she's still like not the strongest, but it's still a step up. At least to me, it's still a step up.
She's good when she's paired correctly. I'll say that. If you got it's just like when somebody's playing like a Black Panther. For the Black Panther to be good, the team got to be doing something to keep attention away from him. You know what I'm saying? So if we not doing our part and we got a Black Widow and everybody knows where she is, she's cooked. You know what I'm saying? But if our team is doing right, if our tank is applying that pressure, keeping them on the front line where they gotta like stay there, so then our Black Widow or our other DPSs that are backliners can sneak around, then you're good. So it really takes a team to extract that value. You know what I mean? If you know who's on your team and you say, all right, you Black Widow, I need you back there. I'm gonna do what I do in the front, but you gotta pick off them healers. You know what I'm saying? Do something.
Okay, so she could like be used as like a flanker and stuff like that. She could flank a team and stuff.
She's a good flanker, and I mean, you know, underrated part of the kit, especially with the Phoenix team up now. You know, she can melt a tank. I mean, if you think about the way that Rocket, you know, is underrated as a tank melter. A lot of people just hold that left trigger or hold the heal button, and they forget, you know, about his offensive abilities. Rocket's a tank melter. It's not necessarily that his gun is OP, but when you're that close and there's you have a firing range that's that high, that means headshots really are to your advantage. Now Natasha is that way. When a thing comes into your relative medium range, right, where he can't swing and punch you, but you're close enough to put that dot onto his head and click 3 or 4 times, you know, suddenly that tank's feeling a little bit different about that situation, to your point about, you know, close range combat and things like that. So I think those are ways that with the old Natasha, you could not get value. If the thing is within, you know, 1.5 arm swings of you, you're cooked. You know, you're pretty much done. Now, in that very same situation with the rework, Natasha is to the advantage, right? Because she can apply more damage than Thing can inflict within that range. So those are just, you know, again, ways that you can extract value out of these people, out of these heroes rather, so that you're able to use them more, I think, in situations.
I ain't gonna lie, too. Half them cats in that situation be too flustered and scared. They ain't thinking about headshots when they see the thing. They trying to get up out of there. Right. That's why they be getting killed. Yeah. They trying to run. They trying to, you know what I mean? As soon as you turn your back on the thing, it's over with. You know what I mean? So it takes a high skill level person to know, oh, I can beat Thing. I just got to do these things correctly to do it. Yeah. And a lot of people ain't got that. So then you wind up just having the liability in the back line, and then healers is screaming out. You know,
I think that's why Phoenix right now too. Not to get too distracted from the Black Widow thing, but I think that's a reason why Phoenix is kind of in a lower spot right now.
Yes.